Another idea that led to another reason that led to the idea of confederation was there was a threat from Irish nationalists. And this was the security, it was a threat to the security of the colonies in British North America because um, a group called the Fenians, which was from the Irish Republican Brotherhood, they're also known as the Fenians. The Fenians opposed British rule over Ireland, and they began forming as a secret society in Ireland in 1858. And they were an Irish Catholic organization in Ireland and the United States that turned to violence in an effort to liberate Ireland from British rule. So they were kind of like separatists. They wanted to separate themselves from the British rule. So there's the fear of the Fenian Raids. So in the United States, some Irish soldiers who had served in the American Civil War joined the Fenians. They plotted an armed invasion of British North America. The Fenians believed that the British colonies were vulnerable to attack and planned to take them hostage until Britain granted independence to Ireland. So they were doing this for their own separate political means. Many colonialists feared that sentiments among Fenian immigrants in the United States would spill over into British North America. So look at this painting. It shows militia in Orangeville, Ontario, preparing to defend against the Fenian invaders. What does this painting reveal about British North America's reaction to the Fenian raid? Well, it definitely shows that they're not taking it lightly. I would say that they're united and that they are ready. What does this painting suggest about the town's support of volunteer soldiers? So these are all volunteer soldiers. So this is showing that the town is ready to fight. So to understand the past, historians research evidence of events, people, and developments. So looking at this is a case study of the Fenian Raids. The Fenian Raids were a series of small failed invasions in British North America that occurred between 1866 and 1877. They received a lot of attention from people living in the British colonies. So examine the evidence in the case study. Answer the inquiry questions. Were the Fenian Raids historically significant? So were they important? The Fenians began their mission in 1886 of April, targeting Campobello Island, New Brunswick. The colonial government knew about the plan and was able to quickly put down the attack with only a few buildings destroyed. However, the attack raised fear in the people of New Brunswick. On June 2nd, 1866, about 800 Fenians attacked further west, crossing the Niagara River from Buffalo, New York, into Canada West. The Fenians clashed with an inexperienced colonial militia at Ridgeway near Fort Erie. Many of the colonial soldiers were college students who had learned to fire a rifle only the day before. The Fenians won a victory here and advanced toward Fort Erie. The two sides fought another bloody battle until the Fenians were forced to retreat back into the United States when additional colonial militia and British troops arrived. In total, 10 colonial soldiers were killed in the battle. Ridgeway examine figure 2.7, which depicts a funeral of a volunteer soldier killed at Ridgeway. This image appeared in a British newspaper. What do you think the artist was trying to communicate to his audience? Looking here. What mood do you think the artist was trying to create? So a few days later, after the battle at Fort Erie, the Fenians captured and stole goods from two small villages in Canada East, near Vermont in the northeastern United States. Their aim was to take control of Montreal. However, colonial troops defeated the Fenians near present-day Saint Armand, Quebec, before they were able to reach the city. The Fenian raids heightened the colonialists' distrust of American authorities. So, are the Fenian raids historically significant? Use evidence in this feature to answer at least two of the significance questions. Are the Fenian raids relevant to us today? Why or why not?